Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. It's Tuesday, the 9th day of June. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. A special welcome to our viewers at home and abroad and anyone joining us for the first time. We have an informative show lined up just for you today, highlighting some of the initiatives and developments taking place right here at home. So stay with us. I'll be back with the news right after this quick break.
Are you interested in buying land or property? Here are the steps you should follow. Step 1. Find out who is legally authorized to sell the property. Step 2. Ensure all property tax payments are up to date. Step 3. Consult an attorney at law who will guide you through the process and protect your interests. You can also use eLand Jamaica to check on matters pertaining to your property purchase. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us on WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 9, 2026. The Met Service has issued a flash flood watch for low-lying and flood-prone areas in southern parishes. These are Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew. Senior meteorologist and manager for Weather Services Rowan Brown tells JIS News that this will remain in effect until 5 p.m. Wednesday, June 10.
So there's an active tropical wave just west of Jamaica. There's a trough across Jamaica, and both systems are interacting with good upper level support, and as such we're having cloudy conditions with scattered showers and thunderstorms across the island. And the forecast is for the showers and thunderstorms to continue today into tomorrow.
Mr. Brown is urging persons living in low-lying or flood-prone areas to be on the lookout for rising waters and avoid flooded areas.
So do not walk through moving waters, because 6 inches of water can knock you over or knock you off your feet, and 12 inches of water can sweep away sedan. So avoid flooded waters. Again, if you're going through a fording or a flooded area, don't drive through those areas. Turn around and find an alternate route, because flooding can lead to vehicles and individuals being swept away.
The inclement weather is expected to linger throughout the week, with periods of showers and thunderstorms forecast through to Thursday and Friday. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, JFB, is set to launch a new emergency communication center with an automated station alert system. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, says this is expected to improve response times across the island.
The key feature of this is the system will alert and transmit emergency notification instantly. Madam Speaker, if you make a call within 64 seconds, that information will be transmitted instantly to the relevant fire stations, and the firefighters will be there in 60 seconds.
According to Minister McKenzie, the new system will bring the fire brigade's response time to 2 minutes and 4 seconds, which is in line with international best practices. Meanwhile, 24 firefighters were trained earlier this year as emergency telecommunications operators and will staff the center, which will be located at the Waterford Fire Station in Portmore. Similar communication emergency centers will be implemented at other stations in 2 phases. The first phase covers fire stations across Kingston and St. Catherine that serve the island's most densely populated communities and generate the highest volume of emergency calls. Phase 2 will begin in the next financial year and will extend to all remaining fire stations island-wide. The York Park Fire Station in Kingston will serve as the headquarters for the Emergency Communications Center during Phase 2. Government is investing $200 million to expand capacity at infirmaries across the island with the aim of reducing overcrowding and freeing up bed space at hospitals. Local Government Minister Desmond Mackenzie says the initiative will help address the long-standing issue of social cases occupying beds in public hospitals. The government is also moving ahead with a program of upgrades and reconstruction of several infirmaries. $54 million has been allocated for the restoration of the St. Elizabeth, Hanover, and Westmoreland infirmaries, which were damaged during Hurricane Melissa. New infirmaries will also be built in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and Trelawney. And a new wing will be constructed at the Spanish Town Infirmary in St. Catherine this year at a cost of $70 million.
We continue to put in the work within our infirmaries and to strengthen them and to make them a place that people will feel comfortable. We are doing as best as we can to ensure that we provide a safe place for these persons.
Extensive upgrades were also carried out at several infirmaries in St. Thomas, Hanover, and St. James. Supporting these efforts, the government has earmarked $160 million this year for the construction of additional indigent housing units. Preparations are on track for the September opening of the Institute for Cultural Practitioners, Innovators, Entrepreneurs, and Creatives. The Training Institute is aimed at strengthening Jamaica's cultural and creative industries. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, gave the update at the opening of the Caribbean Studies Association's 50th Annual Conference held recently in Jamaica. She also shared copies of the Green Paper for the National Policy for Culture, Entertainment and the Creative Economy, which includes plans for the new institute.
Creatives have relied primarily on talent without sufficient access to flexible but structured pathways for professional development. The Institute seeks to change that reality. It is intended to strengthen capacities, improve competitiveness, encourage innovation, and support the sustainable growth of cultural enterprises.
The Institute for Cultural Practitioners, Innovators, Entrepreneurs and Creatives is to be established in partnership with the Caribbean Maritime University. Minister Grange says partnerships will also be forged with other local and international institutions.
We will connect with all learning institutions. We will provide funding for those who are studying at various educational institutions. And we will ensure certification at various levels. We will connect with universities as well overseas, because we need curators.
Students at Porus High School in Manchester are set to benefit from enhanced technical and vocational training following a major investment in the institution's woodwork and electrical laboratories by Jamalco. The Bauxite and Alumina Company recently equipped the laboratories as part of its community development program. The resources are expected to enhance practical learning and expand opportunities for skills training. State Minister for Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Rhoda Moy Crawford, welcomed the initiative, describing it as a valuable investment in the nation's youth and a strong example of effective private sector partnership.
What Jamalco is doing here today, we applaud them, we salute them, and I'm going to be singing the Jamalco name even louder and higher. The fact that they have made this investment and have pumped it into Porus High School, I want the students to understand that this is another testimony that we see you, and that we believe in you.
Vice Principal of Porus High, Audrey Blake, says the lack of equipment had previously prevented students from sitting examinations in areas such as welding and electrical installation. With the new resources in place, students will now be able to pursue these certifications.
Today is a day of success. Today is a day of happiness. Today, we know that we are far gone and we are well on our way, and we give God thanks for the input.
And finally, the Electoral Office of Jamaica EOJ has continued the process of cleansing the national voters list, resulting in the removal of over 15,000 electors. The latest list was published on May 31. At the same time, 13,882 new electors were added. According to the EOJ, this development has resulted in a little over 2 million registered electors, a reduction of over 1,000 when compared to the list published in December 2025. The removal was supported mainly by data provided by the Office of the Registrar General, along with other sources and stakeholders. The EOJ is appealing to electors who were added to the voters list in May this year to collect their voter ID card by mid-June at the EOJ office in the constituency where they are registered. For further information, electors may contact the EOJ at 876-922-0425-9 or toll-free at 888-991-VOTE. That's 888-991-8683. The voters list is published twice per year, May 31 and November 30. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
The long-anticipated reopening of the Troy Bridge was just one of the developments delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness last week. More developments inside Jamaica House Weekly next.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness was in Trelawney last week for the opening of the Troy Bridge, reconnecting residents and commercial activities in South Trelawney and Northwest Manchester. The previous bridge, originally built in 1869, was destroyed by Tropical Storm Grace in 2021 and was replaced with a triple cell box culvert structure. River training work is ongoing.
This bridge now stands as a symbol of renewal, a symbol of the importance of infrastructure in national development, and perhaps most importantly, a symbol of our determination to build a Jamaica where government works not only carefully, but effectively, not only responsibly, but urgently, not only according to process, but in service of the people.
The contract was signed in July 2024 for the construction of the $231 million bridge, with work delayed by the passage of Hurricane Melissa in October 2025. Rehabilitation works scheduled for the roadways leading to the bridge on both sides was also delayed by the storm. Dr. Holness recalled the challenges of the process, which took almost 5 years, and assured that the government was restructuring its bureaucratic systems to facilitate more timely and efficient infrastructure development.
This is a turning point. We are not going to allow critical infrastructure to be tied up in procedures and processes that satisfy procedures and processes and don't deliver. Let Troy be a lesson to Jamaica.
Prime Minister Holness was also in Malvern St. Elizabeth for the handover of 27 service lots by the National Housing Trust, NHT.
Today we hand over land, but we are also handing over a foundation for families to build, to settle, and to grow on.
Dr. Holness assured the recipients that their legacy of land ownership was being secured in a planned community with basic infrastructure already in place, such as roads, drainage, water, electricity, and sewage.
When a family begins to build here, they are not building into uncertainty. They are building into order.
At the start of last week, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness welcomed the new head of NARO, Ambassador Anthony Anderson, on his first day in office. Ambassador Anderson gave a time frame of 2 months for the full operation of the agency. The discussion also focused on building institutional knowledge and technical expertise within NARO, with a strong emphasis on training and leadership development. Dr. Holness said strengthening execution across all levels of agencies is important to ensure that systems are designed to support efficiency, speed, and clear implementation of priorities.
So NARA is moving very quickly. We are very happy to have Ambassador Anthony Anderson on board. He will lead the effort, but a part of his job as well will be to train, mentor, and guide new talent, because all of what we're trying to do is about building a new generation of Jamaican thought leaders, Jamaican executives, and Jamaican managers who will be able to handle at-scale enterprise projects and deliver them with speed, efficiency, and effectiveness.
Another engagement for Dr. Holness last week was a tour of the USS Nimitz, which docked in Kingston from May 30 to June 5. Aboard, he underscored the importance of having a secured maritime space, which impacts how we respond in time of crisis and national needs. Dr. Holness referenced the impact of Hurricane Melissa and how maritime access and coordination with regional and international partners helped to move supplies, restore communication, and deliver relief.
You are among the workers who make ordinary life possible. On behalf of every well-thinking Jamaican, I say thank you.
Commendation for unwavering dedication and resilience in maintaining sanitation services across the island, particularly in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Prime Minister Holness was speaking on Thursday during the Long Service Award ceremony for 157 staff of the National Solid Waste Management Authority and MPM Waste Management. They were recognized for years of service, ranging from 15 to 30 years and beyond.
Your service built this organization. Long service also tells us something about character. It takes discipline to remain. It takes sacrifice to serve. It takes loyalty to give decades of your labor to work that is demanding and too often underappreciated.
The Prime Minister highlighted the government's move to transition categories of contract workers to permanent status, which has resulted in over 2,000 NSWMA employees gaining permanent employment.
It gives workers a stronger footing. It gives families more certainty. It keeps experienced people inside the system. It builds the capacity of the institution. A country cannot run essential services on uncertainty. The people who keep Jamaica clean deserve dignity in work. They deserve fair treatment.
And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
While we have seen a reduction in terms of the damage being done to hydrants, we still continue to see situations where persons, they continue to abuse the hydrants. And so we want to encourage persons not to abuse the hydrants, to make sure that they protect them. If they're on your street, and if you're in doubt whether or not they're working, you need to contact us so we can come and do a test of that hydrant to make sure that it's properly working.
For hydrant maintenance concerns, contact the Jamaica Fire Brigade nearest you or call 876-878-4642, 876-858-0459, or 876-276-6671.
government is outlining new plans to support Jamaica's fisheries sector. We take a brief look at the initiatives announced for the 2026-2027 fiscal year next.
The fisheries sector is set for major improvements in the 2026-2027 fiscal year. Government is pushing ahead with new investments, stronger enforcement systems, and expanded support for coastal communities.
I'm pleased to announce that we will declare 2 new sanctuaries this year in Alligator Pond and Salt Marsh, which will cover 12,250 hectares of marine ecosystem.
In addition, over $1 million is allocated to rebuild oyster farms and restore farmers' oyster collection system. This is expected to help 48 oyster farmers. Under a new arrangement between Tax Administration Jamaica and the Ministry of National Security, some fisheries offences will become ticketable violations. This will allow persons to pay fines directly without going through the court system. The measure is set to take effect in September 2026.
So we're going to be bringing in some of the offences under the system, like failing to report a fishing vessel that is lost, failing to store fishing gear, failing to comply with a lawful inquiry, leaving or depositing, all of these things that are already in the law, we're going to make them a ticketable offense so that the fisherman doesn't have to waste the time. We don't want them to break the law. But with these offenses, they can pay the ticket, save some time, and move on. However, as tickets go, if you fail to honor the ticket, then you will have to make your way to court.
The government is also continuing work to improve fishing beaches across the island.
In fact, last year, we did significant work on our fishing beach infrastructure across Black River, Portland Cottage, Pagy, Salem, spent about $88 million retrofitting some of our fishing beaches. This year, we're going to continue that work. White House Fishing Beach is slated for major work. We've started that work. We have about $34 million.
Additional support is coming for fishers through the establishment of 2 new fisheries offices in Westmoreland and Hanover. And the ministry's boat and engine program will continue with the provision of 20 boats and 20 engines yearly.
We're also going to be establishing 2 additional fuel depots, one in Trelawney and one in Portland, so that our fishers do not have to go too far to get their fuel.
Hurricanes can be dangerous, catastrophic events, but we can lessen the damage if we are prepared. Keep up to date with the latest information from reliable sources such as the Meteorological Service and ODPEM. The power will probably go with the internet following, so a good old battery-operated radio is a must-have. Stock up on non-perishable food items and emergency items such as flashlights and extra batteries. Secure important documents. Have a pre-packed emergency bag with safety gear such as raincoats and water boots. Ensure windows are protected and roofing is secured. Have updated information on emergency shelters near you in case you need to evacuate during the storm. Preparation will lessen the devastation when dealing with a hurricane. Be prepared.
Jamaica and Ghana continue to strengthen their historic ties. Next, we visit Seville Heritage Park, where 2 traditional mud houses were built by Ghana Army engineers.
There is much much to celebrate at the Seville Heritage Park in St. Anne. Now, a new addition on the grounds is helping to tell an even older story, one that connects Jamaica to its African roots in a very real way. 2 houses built by members of the Ghana Army Engineer Reconstruction Team now stand on the property, offering visitors a deeper connection to the African roots that remain such an important part of Jamaica's identity. The 2 mud houses are carefully constructed in the style of traditional African dwellings, along with an open kitchen area fitted with traditional cooking utensils. From the texture of the walls to the layout of the yard, the structures reflect elements of an African village. They have now become part of the Seville experience, adding something new while deepening the story that's already been told there. The structures were formally handed over during a ceremony in March of 2026.
We have come together with our Ghanaian family and have been able to rekindle the flames of earlier relationships and to rediscover the fraternity and solidarity of bonds that were never broken by the enslavers and colonizers.
The project is part of that connection, but it also goes deeper than that. It speaks to shared ancestry, cultural memory ties that have never been lost. This partnership didn't start here. The Ghana Army Engineer Reconstruction Team first came to Jamaica to support recovery efforts following Hurricane Melissa, working alongside local agencies to assist affected communities.
Jamaicans have benefited tremendously from the dedication and selfless service of your skilled engineers, carpenters, plumbers, welders, masons, medical team, everyone who has worked tirelessly alongside the Jamaica Defense Force. You have helped to restore not only shelter and comfort, but dignity and hope within affected families and their communities.
Sappers, the impossible we do at once. For a miracle, give us a little time. Ahua!
Following the deployment of the Ghana contingent in Jamaica on the 18th of December by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama of our country, we came in with a number of 54 soldiers. All these 54 soldiers are people of varied artisanal, professional ethics from all levels, from the technical school, from the universities, and then all the academic ladder. We are very grateful that we had that opportunity to represent our country here.
The Ghanaian contingent has since completed its mission and departed Jamaica, following months of collaboration with local partners. But their work is still here. At Seville, these houses now stand as a reminder of history, of connection, and of a shared heritage that continues to shape Jamaica today.
As we close off today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, remember, extending a little grace, patience, and understanding can make an immense difference in someone's day. Join us again tomorrow for another informative show. And remember to visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more news you can use. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.